Welcome to Plat Chat Overwatch, episode 230. I'm here with Jaws, Albert Yehhh, back in the scene, and Coach Ocie. No, I fucked it up. I swear, we talked about your name going into the episode, and I fucked it up anyway. Yeah, I actually cursed. That's my bad. Sorry. We can't start over. Damn it, Solomon. Well, that's our ad revenue gone for the week. It's all good. It's all good. All right, let's talk about this. There's been some discussion about how to actually pronounce your nickname here, Ocie. So yes. let's sort it out once and for all.
Okay. So my name, it comes from Minecraft. Okay. So I really liked the ocelot from Minecraft, so I made it Ocie as like short for ocelot, right? Most people just pronounce it Ocie though. So I don't really care, to be honest, but I just find it funny. And a lot of people think it sounds like Aussie, like Australian. That was not intended, but a lot of people, because of the pronunciation, will think I'm Australian. So that's also quite funny.
An honorary Aussie.
Honorary. An ocelot is a passive mob that may be found in jungles. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
Wait, Yeah, sorry, I had to Google
like,
that. I didn't even realize an ocelot is an actual animal. I had no idea.
What? Sweden moment. He only sees white carpeted fucking trees and like plains. Like, how do you not know what ocelot is, bro?
I don't know. It's like a mix between a cat and a tiger. Like, I've never seen this before.
Yeah, it's like a little leopard kind of looking guy.
I mean, I've never seen an ocelot before. I just knew an ocelot was an animal.
No, when you said ocelot Minecraft, I literally pulled up Minecraft.
You're like, oh, is that like a Minecraft character?
Oh,
exclusive character?
Yeah, and then I realized, oh, this might actually be a real life animal. So, look, it's at the San Diego Zoo, Jaws. So we could go down to San Diego right now and look at real life ocelots.
Let's go straight after this. I'll drive. Let's go.
Yo, I go to San Diego. San Diego is pretty chill. All right. Well, it's great to have you on, Ocelot, and we'll talk a little bit about your content. But before we get into today's episode, of course, as always, Jaws is just laughing. I'm loving it. It's a good vibe. I mean, these are his early hours. He's just vibing this time of day.
Dude, I got look at this. Look at this. Look at this.
What is that?
It's a scone. Apparently, it's a scone. I don't think it's much of a scone. It's more like a bread with blueberries in it, and it has sugar on it. And I've got my favorite coffee from my favorite coffee place. Oh, dude, I'm ready for this episode actually.
All right. Well, you enjoy your breakfast, and while you do that, I'll talk about our favorite sponsor of the podcast. It's Manscaped. Blink if you haven't purchased a Father's Day gift yet. Yeah, we thought so. Today's episode is brought to you by Manscaped, the leaders in below-the-waist grooming. Maybe your pops have had a bush since the 70s, and that's okay. Our friends at Manscaped have crafted a total package for a special day. Whether it's for the boys downstairs, his beard, or even the best pair of underwear out there, Manscaped has his bases covered. Head over to manscaped.com and get 20% off plus free shipping with code PLATCHAT. From daddy to saddy, trust Manscaped. You know that beard trimmer that your dad's been using since you were in grade school? Yeah, it probably needs upgrading. Introducing the Beard Hedger Pro Kit, the complete beard maintenance kit for all the bearded kings. This all-in-one kit comes with a beard hedger, Manscaped's most advanced beard trimmer, as well as shampoo. Yeah, look at that. Look at that awesome Solomon highlighting with the cursor. Love to see it.
He's so good at his job.
Oh, Solomon is the goat. Truly. You know what's also goated? Manscaped. No beard kit will be complete without Manscaped's face shaver. For that smooth finish we know and loves, this bad boy is all he needs. Compact enough to fit in any travel case, so make sure he takes one on his next trip. If he carries a lot of body hair, like most dads do, you're in luck with the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra. This bad boy is designed with fathers in mind, featuring the signature lawnmower 5.0. This Father's Day is also the perfect time for your old man to stop stealing his wife's nail clippers and finally have a kit of his own that will last him a lifetime. The Shears 3.0 is the 5-piece precision men's nail grooming kit that any father needs to stay on top of his self-care with the professional grade stainless steel tool size and style for the task at hand. Get 20% off plus free shipping with code PLATCHAT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use code PLATCHAT. Never forget where you came from, if you know what I mean. Happy Father's Day from Manscaped. There you go.
Have you ever heard someone read a sponsor read that fast before and not mess up? Never.
They call me the Manscaped rap god. That's what I do.
That's what they call you on the emails. On the emails,
can I cast? No way. I cannot commentate for a living. Can I read about Manscaped? Yes, I can. We love Manscaped. That's what we do here. I think Father's Day is this Sunday, actually. So, if you're watching this episode, time to do it. You gotta get the express shipping, and or you can get free shipping with code PLATCHAT. So there you go. Anyway, want to get into today's episode. So obviously we're gonna do some FACEIT Preds because we got 2 large brackets, both in EMEA and North America, and there's actually some other regions playing as well. We talked about it before we went live on the episode. Oceanic is playing their qualification matches as well for Esports World Cup, and And Ocie, you're coaching. Oh, well, this might be a secret. Are we allowed to talk about it?
Oh, no, you can talk about it. It's okay. It's going to be on Wikipedia in like a day or two. It's fine.
Okay. All right. So you're coaching a South American team.
Yes, I am. I'm coaching War Pigs right now, second place, going in like second seeded for the bracket for South America.
Yeah. So obviously a spot in play here as well for the Esports World Cup. So one spot for South America and one spot for the Oceanic region. But we'll primarily be focusing on North America and EMEA as it relates to this episode. But before we get there, one of the reasons that I found out about you, Ocie, is actually that your content has been popping off. You've been making great analytical content about Overwatch, both on TikTok and I guess I don't want to say most recently, but recently you have been putting out some great analytical videos on your YouTube as well that people have loved watching. And you've actually got really impressive viewership as someone who's been around Overwatch and making content for a long time. Like you sort of like appeal to an audience that I didn't realize that was still hanging around and still wanting this kind of content with, breaking down pro gameplay and pretty advanced stuff, especially for the casual gamer. So how did you kind of get started with this, and how's this journey been for you?
Okay, so when I originally started, it was just with TikTok, and I think the idea is that starting with something like YouTube is really hard. YouTube videos are also really hard, but I'll talk about that later. TikTok, I think at first it was just I'm going to post random clips of me playing, just like everyone else would think of, right? But then there's a lot of that. That's everywhere. So nobody cares. Nobody cares. I mean, the most I got was like maybe 5,000 views on one of those videos. But eventually I thought, what if I start making coaching content that's short form, has advanced ideas in it, but is still consumable? Because I kind of hit on Spilo a little too much for this, but he's like the best example. I think he makes the best coaching content right now when it comes to quality, but the issue is it's really long. It's really inaccessible to your average player. And that's what I saw, and I was like, I love Spilo. I love introducing new concepts, new advanced things if I can. And I realized that there was a market there if I'm able to dumb that down. Not dumb it down, keep the advanced aspects of it, but not make it like a 20-minute, 30-minute VOD review. Rather just condense one concept, teach that one concept, and then introduce that in like a TikTok, right? Just a short 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute. Nowadays, it's usually 2 or 3 minute videos. And they've done really well.
Yeah, I mean, especially here on TikTok as well. I mean, a lot of your videos, like not even a few, but like a lot of your videos get hundreds of thousands of views.
Right.
And, you break down concepts like this one right here, like main supports and flex supports, and, there's varying degrees of difficulty, if you will, or advanced, versus pretty easy concepts in Overwatch. But even on TikTok, like a lot of success. Were you surprised to find that a lot of these videos get this much viewership on TikTok, or did you kind of like know that there is an audience on TikTok? There's just no one making this kind of content.
I think I knew that an audience existed. I wanted to believe that, right? And I think eventually I found the key to getting it. I think it did take a lot of work with improving editing and quality and things like that. At first it was really bad. But eventually, like that third pinned video you see there with the Sojourn, the May, the Hanzo, and the Widow, that one is really interesting because this is a completely like pro play deal concept, right? Where I talk about how you can run like Sig Brawl into Poke Sig on Circuit Royale, and like how the Sig Brawl is actually kind of better a lot of the time, right? Like it's a really advanced concept. It's a 3-minute long video. I didn't think it was going to do as well as it did, but then it gets 300,000 views. It makes me like $200 or so. And I realized like people care, right? People care that about these things that normally wouldn't really matter in their ranked games. And it kind of plays to my advantage too, because I think a lot of the time, and this is a little funny, I think my videos create a bit of controversy because the ideas I introduce are a lot different than what most people think about the game, because it's not the same game that they're playing. It's literally a different game. So I think a lot of people think I'm trying to talk about ranked when I'm not. And that introduces a lot of people who disagree. And then other people come in and say, oh no, this person's right. And then I'll start a lot of arguments in my videos too. That's how the main support flex support video got so many views too. But that's like with TikTok, you'll see a lot of that. I don't see as much of that on YouTube when I make YouTube stuff though. And I think people know what they're getting into when they're seeking out YouTube content. And I think that's more of where that that audience interested, like really interested in pro play is. But like a lot of the people who viewed this video right here, they're casual players, you know? And that's really interesting that casual players do find enough interest to at least watch the whole way through and take a look at it.
Do you think with YouTube compared to TikTok, do you think TikTok is the hyper casual versus the YouTube, which is more casual? Because that's always been my kind of perception of the different platforms. I'd say Twitch is a little bit more hardcore, probably, because sitting down and actually watching a live stream is like a lot different from like watching a YouTube video, which is a lot different from watching a TikTok. So like in my mind, it's always been Twitch has been more like hardcore viewers. That's people where that they go to watch the esport, right? And then they also go to watch J3 or some people like that. And then YouTube is like a lot more casual. Like, oh, here's my frag video on Lucio, you know, like I killed 6 pro players. And then like the hyper casual is like TikTok, because it's like 6-second videos, like like 7 seconds. Obviously yours are a lot longer, and after TikTok kind of increased their video length, but that's in my mind how it's always been. Like hyper casual is TikTok. Do you find that being the case?
I think it really depends. I think there's an audience on all of them that differs. So like you're talking, think J3 versus Commander X, right? They do 2 different things. They have 2 different goals, and I think they both attract different audiences. Like Commander X is like, you know, hardcore. You're here to watch the esport. You're here because you're interested in the esport. I'm actually just, I'm essentially copying Commander X for Twitch. And this is a common thing with me. I copy whoever does it best. That's what I believe in. That's the strategy I believe in. Like as a coach too, I copy who does it best. Like right now with my team, I'm copying Korea basically. Like how War Pigs are playing. We're gonna play a lot like a Korean team. It's gonna look like Korea versus EMEA is probably what it's gonna look like against Loaded, which is really funny. But like same thing goes for anything else. For YouTube, I'm copying Action Esports. I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Action. They used to create that Overwatch analysis content, and it was really accessible. It was really accessible, easy to watch, right? And I was like, whoa, okay, well, I can be smarter than Action Esports, but I can also make similar types of content, and I can introduce advanced concepts, but not make it a 50-minute Spylo VOD review video, right? But it can still get those concepts across. So that's what I do. It's shorter. It can show a whole match, show a story. And I just, you have to copy what works to an extent. With TikTok, I think I figured it out. I think I was the first one who did what I did. Nobody achieved what I could. And then now what I'm doing with TikTok, I've kind of changed my strategy. TikToks that you make for TikTok and like script write for TikTok, they tend to do a lot better than ones you just like take from YouTube, clips from YouTube. But I found that my YouTube clips, my YouTube clips are doing really good on TikTok, and I find that that might be a better way to invest my time, especially because TikTok might be taken down in my country. So at the moment, it's me really shifting towards YouTube and knowing that, oh, I can get like 5 TikToks, 6 TikToks out of each YouTube video. So I'm just going to make YouTube videos, make the side revenue off the TikToks, which can get up to like 50,000, 60,000 views, like the PGE video. I made a bunch of TikToks off that, and they're just like auto-releasing. But yeah, I think there's an audience on each platform, like TikTok even. There's the super casual stuff. I think it's super oversaturated. Nobody was doing what I did, so I just took over. Nobody was doing what, I mean, Spylo did make TikToks, but I'm going to be real. Like most people who were trying to make educational TikToks sucked at it.
Yeah,
most people sucked at it.
And it's hard. As someone who's tried, it's difficult. Like, you know, and that's partly because I'm a boomer. I mean, Lord knows, Albert has tried some weird content with me, and it didn't work out. Like, we were like doing like an interview over a map in like 2020. It was like terrible. Thank you, Albert, for trying that with me, by the way. But this is like, you know, scripted, really well-made content, which you deserve a lot of credit for. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of like what I was looking at, because I was like, Spilo is like the North Star of like analytical Overwatch content, in my opinion. You know, I think he does a fantastic job breaking down concepts. He's really smart, really good coach. You know, speaks in a really convincing manner as well, where like he really like projects, which I think is really good for these kind of videos. But I was like, well, you know, looking at what Spilo is doing, I was like, even as good as Spilo is, even as good as Spilo is, like Spilo is struggling to hit, you know, like a large casual audience with his content.
Yes.
And so I just didn't think that it was, you know, possible in some ways to get this kind of viewership with this kind of content. So I don't know, Albert, you were around Florida Mayhem, and you know, you've been around the scene for such a long time. What's your kind of take on this kind of content?
I think in general, analytical content is just, it's harder to do. It's harder to gain like, or get a lot of views on it, because inherently it's like complex. Like usually the way people deliver it is more like, it's like, oh, you're trying to talk to a pro, but like most people that are watching aren't pros. So they don't have the same knowledge base, and you're not really like because like when you're talking to a pro, you're talking to someone that's like built upon concepts, like concepts built upon concepts.
Yeah.
When you're trying to appeal to like a more casual audience, which is the majority of people, which means that the more appealing it is to casual like players, or like the larger viewership is, right? And so to make analytical content that hits and interests like casual Overwatch players is like really hard, or any game. I mean, really analytical content for any game. Like you look at sports, right? You look at basketball, it's the same thing. Like thinking basketball does really good content. Do they get more content than the drama like Andy's that just, you know, they post like TMZ stuff, right? Like obviously not. Because that's more, you know, like even I consume like drama content, right? And like I like analytical content. So it's like it's trying to find that nice mix. And I think I don't really watch TikToks, but I'm very surprised that like you were able to find like a formula that you know, makes analytical content digestible enough for the TikTok audience. So I'm very surprised and impressed that you're able to do that, especially given the current state of like Overwatch esports. Like it's no longer OWL, right? It's like it's like the Wild West right now. And I was like, oh, I don't know how many people are still interested in like competitive of Overwatch like analytics or analytical videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was something that I considered as well. Just like you saw when Overwatch League disappeared, like a lot of the fan base actually felt this franchise or whatever the word is for you know, like, oh, our esports is gone, and like it's really hard to follow. You know, that was the biggest complaint about this year so far. It's been really hard to follow all the teams, you know, schedule compared to an Overwatch League format, right? So yeah, I mean I've been pretty surprised. Even like Calling All Heroes, you know, the viewership that Calling All Heroes got this past weekend was like 60,
right?
Yeah, 60K. I was like,
it's pretty good.
I was like, oh, like what is happening here? Because I actually did think that like, oh, this is gonna be a tough year, but it really does seem like there is at least an audience out there that's willing to consume this kind of content. So
the game's good, bro. That's all you fucking need.
Yeah, the
you
game's
just need
good.
the game to
It
be
is.
good, and then the esport will follow. Like, and I think the game. I tweeted out the other day, but like I think the game, and especially where like the meta we had in Dallas was good. There was lots of variety and just like random bullshit, and it was cool to watch because it wasn't the same 5 heroes in the server.
I will say I feel like there's a lot of new like higher ranked players, because I've been getting my game and people are talking about like main healers. I've never heard someone say main healer like in my life. Like in Overwatch 1, that would never happen. You're like at that level, like you're talking main support, flex support. No one says, hey, we need a main healer. I'm like, where are you from? Like, are you from console? Like where like where did you go? Where did you like literally where did they pick up like this casual like nomenclature, right? And that's like I think all casuals call it like, oh, this is a main healer and we need like a, you know, like we need more main heals. And it's like, what, like to my head, I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I've never used the concept main. I think in Korea, I think they say like main healer, but at least in the West, like at the high level, you're talking like, hey, we need a main support. Hey, can you swap to a flex support? We don't need 2 flex supports. So yeah, I mean, I think there is like an increase in like people that haven't scrimmed, but they've just grinded the game a lot, and now they're in higher ranks, and then now they're like, oh, well, now I'm at this rank. Like maybe I want to start getting into the competitive scene, and like that's
free to play,
like,
baby.
The perfect like intersection of
the
like
actual free to play moment.
Yeah,
where it's like new players coming in that have never touched the game, and they're like good at other shooters, and maybe they're hero shooters, or like maybe they fucking play CS or some shit. I don't know. And then they're like, oh, okay, actually, I'm pretty good at this game. And yeah, they're like discovering new concepts. Now, I've said this before, like on 200 episodes ago of Plat Chat, but there's going to be a point in time where there's going to be pros that are going to be playing an OWCS on a main stage that have not played Overwatch 1. And like that is coming like super quick. Like that is going to happen at some point. It's going to be crazy.
What? Like, 6 versus 6? What is that? Like, what
exactly. They're like, whoa, this game's crazy, bro. Like, oh, I'm a main healer.
Well, much credit to you. The content's been awesome. I'm looking forward to see how it grows moving forward. I also, because Albert is here, want to chat about NRG Shock, of course. The recent venture back into Overwatch after the big poll where they received a ton of votes to bring back Overwatch. There was a lot of hype. How did you kind of get on board with NRG Shock?
I mean, I was talking to NRG like long before that tweet. I think the tweet was already like they essentially already knew they were going to commit. They were just deciding. I mean, it wasn't not to SOG necessarily, but just in general, like, hey, they wanted a roster and they were looking. But I kind of work like both sides. Like so Cal, like back when I was still like co-streaming, a little bit like OWs. I think one random stream, like Cal came to my stream, was like, hey, like, would you want to like talk like about like helping us find an org or something? It was like months ago. It's like, okay, fine. Like I was like, I'll do this. It's like I was like, I can't guarantee anything. I'm not like your agent or anything, but like we'll, I'll take a look, see if it makes sense. Like if you guys qualify for DreamHack Dallas, like if you guys have a good shot at like the EWC, like there's a good chance an org will pick you up because I knew like the stipend structure and everything. Yeah, and so NRG is one of the partnered orgs for EWC. And we talked to, I talked to a bunch of other orgs as well on behalf of SOG, and then I talked to NRG, and just like I didn't just talk to them about SOG. I talked to them like, hey, here's all your options. Like, like here's the team from China. What I forgot their name, but I want to say X Spark. I just call them X Spark because that's in my head. They're always going to be Spark. But yeah, once again, I was like, okay, they're that's probably the best available free agent team. But like, do you only want a team for essentially one weekend because they can't play in OWCS? Or do you want a team that's like, that can, you can have for the rest of the year, and maybe they're Sweden, and everything. So that's kind of how that worked out. I was kind of advising NRG, like doing, helping them do due diligence on the scene and like what the top teams are, like what their goals are, like do they want content? I was like, if you want content, like Songs, like PGE is like an incredible content creator in his own right, and then a bunch of other people in the team stream, right? But obviously PGE is like the big brand name for SOG.
Yeah, Ocie took advantage of that with the most recent video. That worked out. So
I mean, it was a good win. It was a good win. I mean, you beat TSM. That's a perfect video, and then a 5K at the end. Like I couldn't pass that up, right? But no, sure. PGE. I talk about this a lot. Like this game, it's not going in a route where you can live off a pro play. It's not going in a route where you can live up for pro play. And I just sat down. Once I saw that NRG picked up SOG, I was like, it's just because of the content value. It's just because of the content value, because that matters more. That is more value. And PGE is putting himself in probably the best position you can put yourself in as a pro player. Same as me. I mean, it's kind of sad to say, but I'm one of the highest paid coaches in like OWCS / I guess the pro scene right now. And it's just because I make money off of other things that I do content, right? Yeah. Like it's crazy that like my players' salaries on Quick Esports, right? Like it's not a lot. Those lower orgs, I could make that in a day. And just knowing that it's like, well, okay. Yououch. Yououch, a whole month's worth. And it's just it's pocket change, it's like gas money. So I just I really think also that means eventually teams are going to have to start streaming scrims and stuff, and I love that PGE has been streaming matches and everything. Like I think that's amazing, especially with comms. I think that's one of the best possible things you can be doing for the scene. That's what I did with my team. But seriously, like PGE, you have to give him credit. I mean, he's putting himself, again, best possible position you can be in.
I also think it helped that SOG was also legitimately a good team and they qualified. But so they were like not only the best of it, they're like the biggest brand available, like free agent team in NA, but also like they had like a very, very high chance, and we still have a very, very high chance of qualifying, especially after getting top 3.
Right.
Like securing a top 3 seed and being put in like MED side of the bracket. We can talk all about that later. But yeah, I think legitimately like they had an argument like, hey, we are also like the best team available talent wise NA. But also like easy decision on the brand stuff, of course. With PG.
Also, like I was honestly a little bit surprised, and maybe it's a content grind. Obviously like Rack Attack as well. Infected is a popular name there as well. But the audience cheers at Dallas was crazy. Like even before, like when they just brought out students of the game before it was announced that they would be NRG Shock, like the audience was legit hype for SOG.
I mean, I think an underdog story, like nobody expected us to do well. The expectations were low, right? I mean, it was a stacked like land, and SOG like kind of snuck in right in the beginning. So it's like anytime you have a story like that where it's like you have a popular content creator, and it's like a low seed. I think people just in esports, they just love an underdog story, even though like there's no upset. It's just the chance like that they're there, and and I think the announcement helped a lot. Like the announcement being like as cool. That was cool. As like awesomely executed as it was. So I think it was just like a perfect storm of like media, and like PG's been grinding. Like PG's been streaming for so long, and I'm happy that he's like found he's had a lot of success this past year, right? With Owl, after the end of Owl, I think that was like kind of like when PG like started really, really getting popular.
Yeah, PG also just the chillest dude. meeting PG.
I mean, that was literally his first LAN.
Yeah,
literally like first LAN, like
those guys, right?
Yeah, a lot. I mean,
most
some have been in
of
like
them,
collegiate lands, but like
yeah,
for
collegiate
PG, I think
lands,
legit
yeah.
like that was like not even he hasn't even been to a collegiate land. Like that was like actually his
Yeah.
first time like ever. But yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count some of the collegiate lands as like anything like high stakes, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
He's a
Well,
funny
it was
motherfucker.
fun. What'd you say, Jaws?
I said he's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah,
Like, sitting down with him before he went on
Yeah.
the desk and stuff, dude.
he's just a natural.
He got the aura. He actually
Yeah,
have the PG
yeah.
aura about him. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. That's
dude.
funny.
I like it.
I also, Albert, I had no idea what aura meant before you came on in February and we made that aura list, and you were like, "Who has the best aura?" And I was like, "What is aura?"
Oh,
Johnny
see,
really
I thought you
proving he's
were.
the
I
boomer
thought
now.
so you just thought I was insane. You're
I
like,
thought
what
you
is
were
this guy
insane.
saying?
Just like, who has the best aura? And I was like, what is aura, Albert? And then apparently it's like this phenomenon now where you talk about aura.
Bro can't even blame that on the Swedish, bro.
Or is
Like,
the
he's
most
just
important
such
thing
a
in
boomer.
content creation. It's the
I'm
most
such
important
a
thing.
boomer.
crazy.
I
It's,
mean,
it's yeah.
yeah.
Be more terminally online, Johnny. That'll help you out. Like,
Look,
big
I'm
time.
old. I'm old.
That's what happens. You get married and you start fossilizing at like a
Yeah,
ridiculous
actually,
rate.
so true. Actually, so true. It's happened to Scott. It's happened to Johnny. Wait a second. Nobody get married in esports. otherwise you
Scott
become
has a
fossil.
decent finger on the pulse, no?
Most of the time. Yeah.
He
More
knew
of a
what
pulse than
aura
you
meant.
do. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop. I'm out of the
Bro,
loop.
who's like, let me just grind Classic WoW for like 40 hours a week and then do raids where the bosses have like 2 mechanics. I'm like, oh man, that was so hard
Okay,
to play.
that's actually
I'm not wrong, bro. I'm not wrong. Like the bosses' mechanics are they're like
They
2
have like
mechanics.
4, okay? They have like
Okay,
4
4.
mechanics.
Okay, buddy, okay,
All right. Look, it's just my way to relax, you know? It's like playing MTG with you guys, except I
Facts.
play, well, I don't know. Anyway, you guys are playing RuneScape. You guys are playing classic RuneScape.
Yeah, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with
This is
that?
actually...
We're
Not
playing
the wrong
Overwatch too,
RuneScape?
right? Me and Jaws, we're playing Overwatch. I don't know about.
Yeah,
I
we're
don't know
playing
about
Overwatch, buddy.
Yeah.
We're grinding.
No,
I don't know, Ocie,
you've
but,
been
yeah.
grinding classic RuneScape with Bren.
Oh, it's RuneScape with Bren. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
See?
grinding the rank ladder, Johnny. How about
If you're
that?
playing
I've been
old
camping the
school
fuck out of my
RuneScape,
rank.
you cannot complain about me playing classic WoW.
2 very different subjects here, bro. We
It's
need
not.
a whole Plat Chat episode to discuss the differences between being a boomer in old school WoW and then fucking
Bringing back Plat Chat
RuneScape.
debate. We're bringing it back to the debate topics.
We'll bring
We're
Bren on.
gonna talk about old school
about
RuneScape
RuneScape
versus classic WoW.
Yeah.
Any
So-
StarCraft Brood War players?
Wow. that is old school.
Honestly, very
That is
based.
old
school.
school. Yeah, it's
Very
Yeah.
based.
the Korean game.
Yep.
Didn't I thought I saw online this past week that they're making like a tournament where they're playing both Brood War and StarCraft 2, and it's like who's the best on both or something.
That's really
so
cool. What the fuck?
Yeah, I hope Flash plays then. I love Flash.
Flash? Will he play? Is he even still playing now?
I think he went to the military, but he's back.
Oh,
I
he's
think he's back
back?
from the
Oh my
military.
God,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, I think he's basically the best esports player of all time. I think he beats Faker.
Whoa.
I don't
What
know.
the?
Whoa, I
Okay.
don't know about that.
Okay. Flash.
the hell?
Flash. What Flash did, and I talk about Flash a good bit, right? So like StarCraft, you have 3 races. Okay, you have Terran, you have Protoss, and you have Zerg. And what he did is he decided for fun, and like their equivalent of like what OWL would be or like OWCS or whatever, like a major like finals. He decided, I'm gonna pick random.
He picked
For my
random.
race.
Yeah. That is
And
classic.
the different maps are like words for different races, and you have to learn literally every single matchup. And he played random, and he got like I think it was 3rd place. He got
Which is pretty
he just played
impressive.
that's
random.
pretty impressive.
And he has like the most first place finishes. And StarCraft Brood War is considered one of the hardest games, if not the hardest game, like esport. It is ridiculously difficult. I mean, the amount of micro in that game, like compared to StarCraft 2, it's incredibly difficult. So I think that game is just also like you compare it to League. I don't think it's as close. I think Flash is just he's on another level. You know, he didn't get the fame that Faker did because Brood War never reached that height that League of
Yeah,
Legends
especially
has
in
like
the West,
worldwide.
yeah.
But Flash, I think, is on his own level as like a human when it comes to that game, at his peak. I think he's incredible.
I love the take. That's spicy. That's what we love to hear here on Plat Chat. I appreciate it. Yeah, there was something else I was going to ask you, Albert, but I just lost it in the Brood War talk and the RuneScape
Yeah,
and the Classic WoW talk. So
Faker's not the GOAT
Fa-
came up. Yeah, I just I
that is
blanked out.
a
That is a
spicy
hot-
take.
I know
love
it's
it.
a
I
spicy
love it.
take, but
That
I
is
think a
good.
lot of Koreans would actually maybe agree with me. And that's the interesting part.
It's like that's like the sports equivalent of saying like some random like disc golfer Like the GOAT of disc golf is like better than Michael Jordan. And it's like
disc golfing.
okay, that's a little extreme, but like
was the reason why Korea started their whole esports thing. It's actually the reason they like all the internet cafes, all those things.
Here's better now. This is like saying some and one like street baller was better than Michael Jordan.
No, it'd be like golf. It's saying Tiger Woods is on, you know, probably like Tiger Woods, comparing Tiger Woods, LeBron, and whoever, you know. Because golf, golf and StarCraft. I don't know if that's the best comparison.
Very close.
Bro, we are in the wilderness.
That's like saying Paul George is my GOAT
right now.
That's like the NBA equivalent saying Paul George is my GOAT.
I think there's a good way to put this actually. Think of football. We're talking like European football.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on a global scale to another level. It's like
Okay.
league,
What is this? Where's this going?
Messi.
Are we didn't do the
it's
Messi
it's
Neymar
comparing
thing?
Messi to like an American football player, you know?
They all suck. What the fuck? All the Americans don't you suck at soccer? All the Americans in the
No,
chat.
I'm not talking about I'm talking American football, like our version, our whole
No,
different sport.
yeah,
It's a
it's
small
soccer.
sport.
Soccer,
I'm just
right?
saying,
Yeah.
like it's a matter of fame. It's a matter of what what level the sport's on. But I don't know.
This is great. I love it.
I get it. I would put Faker. Okay, I will reason with you here. I will put Faker
How does
just
Faker
slightly above
compare?
Flash because I agree
Okay.
with the Flash comment. I
Okay.
comment. I do think he's the GOAT, one of the best GOATs of esports to like ever exist.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's reached Faker's level of success, especially considering Faker has won Worlds like 3 times. The guy is and has a $500 skin in the game.
Yeah.
So it's a tough argument, but I respect the opinion.
Yeah. If only we had
So
a
you're saying-
$500 award skin.
Okay, so to your analogy, you're saying Baker is Tom Brady and Messi is
No. And
Messi is Flash, or the other way?
Faker's Messi. Tom
Faker's
Brady
Messi,
is
okay.
Flash.
Flash.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so Flash is Tom Brady and Baker's Messi.
Correct,
That's, okay.
correct,
And you're
correct.
saying Tom Brady is better is okay.
How many
It's
times
different. It's
was
a little
Messi?
different. It's
How
like
many
if
times
Tom
was Messi
Brady
on the
was
front of
so
FIFA?
ridiculously good that everyone was terrified of him, like would run away on the field. Like that's what Flash is in Brood War. So he's just,
Oh my God.
I don't know. He's kind of crazy though.
Least insane Plat Chat comment. And
Oh my God. You're saying Flash is Tom Brady and Faker is...
mess.
I'm just saying
Messi,
it's similar.
that's-
It's similar to
that's
compare
amazing.
American football to European football in terms of
Yeah,
popularity.
no, that is
or
great.
league
That
and
is the funniest
reward.
thing.
Pretty
This is
accurate.
the funniest conversation we've had all year. That is amazing.
Let's start
All right.
watching intros to
have I
GSL and
started?
stuff from 2004.
No,
Let's start
this
bringing
is
those
great.
up, Solomon.
Guys, I thought this was an Overwatch episode.
No, we're out. Stuck
You stirred it on. You kept it
I
going.
was just trying to get the
Albert.
analogy right. I was like, I was just trying to get the facts straight, you know?
That's amazing. That's amazing. All right. Do we want to get into the FACEIT bracket preds? Is there anything else?
Please bring up the cloudy things. Please.
Oh, all right.
Oh no.
Okay. This video is a leak.
Claudia on a break reading the Art of
Bro,
War.
reading The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Vacation.
You know something really stupid, actually? I went into a Five Below for the first time ever the other day. Guess what's on the table? A small version of Art of War by Sun Tzu. I'm like, this
Wait, where
is
do you walk
fucked
in?
up. A Five Below. Everything's like less than $5, and I saw The Art of War by Sun Tzu. I was like, this is some sort of like crime to literature.
Mr. Sun's
or
fallen
something.
on.
I'm
Mr.
like, yeah,
Sun
he
has
fell.
fallen
He
on hard
actually
times.
fell off.
He actually
Like,
fell off.
if he's in
fallen on
Five
some hard
Below.
times. His book's getting
Jesus.
sold for under $5. It's
Under
over.
$5 for Art of War is disgraceful, bro. What would he say if he was alive now?
Oh my lord.
Oh yeah,
That's-
and then he's first champion to diamond speed run.
I think he's
Yeah.
been like he might have set the avoid record in Korea.
Probably, yeah. I
yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. Oh,
Ray hates
Solomon,
one
click on
tricks.
the first screenshot there. Because look at the season peak, top 3, and now he's Masters 3. Like, unbelievable.
That is good. Yeah, I can relate because I queued with Jaws the other day, and I think I went from Masters 5 to like Diamond 2. So thanks for that one, Jaws.
You know what's really funny?
Good, you will.
I didn't lose a single rank. I'm still the same rank. That's performance-based.
It's actually appalling. We got Junkrat one tricks. I think 6 games
It was
in a row.
like,
Or
yeah,
something.
it was ridiculous.
There
The
was
amount of Junkrat
Junkrat
TPs.
one tricks on both sides, on both
Yeah.
teams. Like it was that.
I feel like
ridiculous.
some of these games are just infinitely harder than they were in the past. Like after
They are.
the new
Yeah,
MMR.
seriously.
So, like I feel like I'm being
Yep.
punished. Like either the games are too easy or I'm in hell. Like I'm serving time. I'm serving like hard time for like crimes I've committed.
Yeah. I know. I actually 100% agree with you. After doing with Johnny on a Smurf, I was like, this game sucks. Like, what am I witnessing? Like, this is not the same Overwatch I was born into. Like,
They don't even
I was
talk.
just
They
going
just
crazy.
they're just tossing, like no comms, just running it down. I'm like, I don't even
Yeah.
want to talk. Like, I don't even want to. Like, I just let it happen. Like, there's nothing I can do here.
Me and Joss, we played an Ilios, and I went crazy on Winston. It went 3 rounds, 99-99. So like the entire
ridiculous.
distance. And I went crazy. I had like 30 limbs and I had like 6 deaths or something. And we had a Junkrat who had 5 limbs over the course of 3 rounds on Ilios.
Double-digit deaths.
And then I was like, all right, I'm avoiding this guy. I wrote like a passive-aggressive message in chat. I was like, this Junkrat just threw this game. Of course, me and
Beats your ass next game.
Of course, the next 2 matches, we go
Classic.
from Ilios, the Junkrat is on the other team. We get Midtown and Dorado of all things. And this Junkrat just dominates me and Jaws and starts typing mid-match, just like Reinforce, you suck. You're so bad at this game. And I just, it was brutal. It was brutal. It really tested my mental fortitude in ranked.
We are closing in on the end of the season. The funny little banner, the silly banner, is going to appear soon. Do not queue ranked, and we're also queuing on the weekend as well. The worst time to queue Overwatch.
It was a weekend, yeah.
By the way, I am camping the fuck out of my rank because Scott is still beneath me. He is trying to catch up, but he is not there yet. I refuse to play support until the season's over. I cannot wait until I'm finally higher than him.
Yeah, this is a potential issue. This is a potential issue, actually, because we don't know when patch is going to come out. NA EMEA playoffs are happening next week, and then actually I think they're finishing the week after, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, so that's 2 different patches.
We could be on
So
2
that
different
means if the patch is on the 18th next week, then there's going to be a patch in the middle of playoffs.
There's no way.
So that could mess up
Keeping the tradition
everybody.
going.
That could mess up everybody. And I was talking about this with my SA team, and we're like, they're going to nerf Malga. What the fuck are we going to do?
Yeah, totally.
You know?
Malga's the best tank right now, so yeah.
So, you know, we scrimmed that, we practiced
Sigma.
that. You know, and there's other things. There's Ramsig, obviously, and we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. But still, like, we don't want to deal with that, and I don't think any team wants to deal with that. So I'm kind of praying that they'll use a certain amount of common sense and put out the patch on the 25th. But I don't have a lot of hope.
That's
I don't have a
actually
lot of hope.
crazy.
It's Blizzard, so
Did
yeah.
it say in the client when it's releasing?
There's no official release date yet.
Well, it's as the season ends, right?
Not yet, I don't
so-
think. Does it?
Well, it ends in 11 or 10 days or something, I think, last time I checked.
Which is not good.
Ooh,
Just
let me
every...
look.
Or well...
Also, shouldn't a trailer come out soon? I want to see the new trailer.
Yeah.
So the 24th, right? That makes the most sense to me. 11 or 10 days?
It was
What, how
9 yesterday, so it's
wait.
next week. They're actually
Next week?
releasing it in the middle of
Oh, my
playoffs.
lord.
Not
They're
17th,
releasing it.
18th.
Oh boy.
It's Tuesday, right?
Oh
Yeah, it's the
boy.
18th, yep.
That's gonna be a moment. We'll stay tuned, see what happens.
I'm not looking forward to that. Okay.
Thank God my team grinds ranked all the time. We'll be alright.
Yeah, unlike
Ranked
some teams that
grinders.
actually don't.
Yeah.
So it might. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be tough. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, let's just get into the FACEIT bracket preds, and we'll try to make sense of this madness. Do we want to kick it off with? Maybe we'll kick it off with NA, because EMEA, they got a tiebreaker match being played, I think, right now between Celtas and Sovereigns. So they're playing their last match right now. Not like it's actually going to matter, because the winner gets to play Space Station, and then if you lose against Space Station, very likely you get to play with Peps or Twisted Minds. So whether you're Celtas or Sovereigns, good luck. You know, you get 2 really tough matches. Peps, Twisted Minds. I mean, depending on the meta, who knows? But you're probably not going to beat SSG. So, Solomon, do you have any tricks up your sleeve to make this predictable? Get some predictions going. Okay.
Face is honest.
He's gonna start drawing the breads.
Yeah, we could just draw it. You just do it in paint.
Yeah. We might have to bring up the epic pen or something. Oh well. It is what it is. All right, so anyway, it's a really interesting bracket because, as you can see, we got Space Station, Team Peps, and Twisted Minds on one side of the bracket. You know, I'd say 3 of the stronger teams. We got Virtus Pro, as you mentioned earlier, Jaws, picked up Ataraxia, of course, who's been a standout team, and it's the 2nd seed right now. They beat Ents, for example, so they got a 13-2 record. So they've been playing pretty well. So they're on the other side of the bracket with Ents now. Okay. Well, we can't. Let's just say Space Station goes through.
Space Station's gonna win. Space Station's gonna win their first match, right? Can we just spread that?
We all know it.
Here we go. I built some time for Solomon.
Put them all the way to the grand finals. They're gonna win.
I don't think that's a hot take, so that sounds good. Take. You have to save some time. Also worth mentioning here, while Solomon goes to work here, that because Space Station and ENCE, that they got top 2 for NA and EMEA in Dallas. Space Station and ENCE are already qualified for the Esports World Cup.
They don't have to win anything. They can just lose out.
Exactly, which means that there's 3 additional slots available for EMEA.
Don't remind me how much they flopped.
So there's 8 teams here. So essentially, if you make it to the lower bracket semifinal, you're in.
That's interesting.
And I think one of the teams from the lower bracket quarterfinal might even be in. So you don't want to be bottom 3.
How do they? Oh, it's just gonna be points, right?
I don't know.
I think it's just points based. Like whoever. So there probably isn't a tiebreaker. Just
there you go.
The most points. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you make top 4, you obviously get a slot, and then if you get, 5th instead of 6th, however they're gonna determine that in the lower bracket quarterfinal.
Or you win it all. Or you just upset everyone.
Or you just win.
Why not?
Yeah, just win. Just win, forehead.
Yeah. So Space Station makes it all the way through. Let's talk about Team Peps and Twisted Minds. Ocie, have you have you sit on top of things here? I know you've been coaching in EMEA even, so
Yeah, so I'm pretty familiar with how good most of these teams are. I would say EMEA I'm actually more comfortable with than NA, even though NA is technically my region. Team Peps versus Twisted Minds is interesting, right? Now I've actually been doing an FD God analysis from their last match where Team Peps 2-0'd, right? And that was a bit of an upset, you could say. And what Twisted Minds did is they had Labda in on Pharah and they brought UB out. So it was Quartz and Labda. And that was really like normally in their Malga, what they used to do is you remember that Soj sim with Quartz on Soj and then UB on the Symmetra. They switched it up because of I think just how the Koreans played it or how other European teams were playing it. We might see a change in style. We might see UB come back in. That's kind of what that's one of the possibilities. Or they might just like work on Labda more. Either way, I mean, I spoke a little bit because I was trying to get an interview with FD God, wasn't able to, but I talked to Lorena God and he just said, he was expecting a different style of play from Twisted Minds. He knew that they were going to switch things up, but he also seemed very confident that they could win that matchup again. Right, very, very closely. Like they just played each other. They're going to play each other again. I think it's just going to be a matter of dealing with Sim. I think that's going to be the key for this match, and I expect Team Peps to win maybe 2-1. I think it might be a little more difficult, but it could just be a solid 2-0 again because I think this like version of Malga is a little awkward for Twisted Minds, even though they've been running it like since before most of these teams were running it.
Yeah, so in that match you referenced, it was actually Team Peps who beat Twisted Minds 2-0 already. So it's like a bit of a rematch from that match, of course.
Very mostly dominant from Team Peps.
Yeah, and a lot of Malga, as you said, being played there as well. It was interesting. We went to Hollywood in that match, and we actually saw what we saw in Dallas as well, where I think Toronto went to Hollywood and they played like Mauga, Farah, Cassidy, and it's something that suits Twisted Minds pretty well because obviously you can put Quartz on the Cassidy and then you can put Labda on the Farah, for example. But they did struggle on like Samoa to play double poke Mauga against Team Peps, who honestly Naga is like one of the most flexible players in EMEA, and then even Exodial I think played Venture on Volcano, so they're showing willingness to like brawl pretty close up, and it just worked out for Peps in that regard. So yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a bit of a comeback story for Twisted Minds here, but I think Pep seems like a pretty good pred here if Jack and Albert agrees.
Yeah, I'm always afraid of Quartz just going psycho and just killing the whole lobby, honestly, with hit scan. But I think I would say it's a safer bet to go with Peps.
I'm gonna get it.
My goat
personally.
Coin tree is left Twisted Mind, so kind of sucks.
Coin tree.
My goat.
Coin tree.
I'm getting it twisted.
Yeah.
I'm going twisted. I'm getting twisted.
You're going twisted.
All right.
I'm getting twisted.
Well, okay.
On the record.
I will say there's a common theme with this matchup too, and this meta is a little awkward because, you know, Team Peps keep wanting to run this Pharah. I don't think they're going to change that. I think they're going to keep running Pharah, whether it's Sim or Pharah, whatever. And Quartz, he wants to play Soj, and it's obvious.
Yeah.
It's painfully obvious. On Hollywood defense, starts Soj, immediately swaps cast. On attack, starts Soj, loses first fight immediately, swaps the cast. Like, he's trying really hard to force the Sojourn to work, and it doesn't seem to work. So I think that's like a little concerning for Twisted. I think Exodio can actually straight diff Quartz on the cast. And also Peps have been scrimming casts pretty much since Orisa meta. They've been running more casts than Soj. They were one of the first teams to start doing that. And
I think
that's
Quartz
something
is
that
an
you could take
insane-
into account.
I think Quartz is an insane cast. So yeah.
Exodio has been really good though.
Yeah.
Has been
Yeah.
really good. But
Okay, here's my thing. I think the Koreans have a little time to marinate, in their new setting. They're
Marinate.
trying to marinate, and I think
Yeah.
they're, I think they might be close to getting fully cooked, fully done, and
Okay.
the mill's ready. I don't know.
Kellen
I think they'll get
Felon?
stronger. I think they should get stronger.
Ooh.
So I don't know. Personally, I'm getting twisted.
Okay.
All right.
It's getting twisted.
Well, I think it's a 3-1 vote, but
Yeah,
I
that's
was on the
fine.
record for Twisted Mind. So
Yeah, let
let's
the
go with
record
Peps 3-2 maybe, something like that. 3-1?
Yeah,
doing
I mean,
scores too?
Let's not do scores. Let's not
All
do
right,
scores.
let's not
We'll
do
get
scores.
bogged and
All
we'll
right,
be
let's
here
not
for
get bogged
3
down.
hours.
All right, let's move on to Virtus Pro then, formerly Ataraxia, which is one of the most exciting teams. Just hyping them up, and I think what people have mostly been talking about is the damage duo of Shockwave and Sauna being so flexible, which is actually really useful. Like, this is a perfect meta to have two really flexible players, and they too, I believe I can't remember what match, but I saw them play Nepal Sanctum, and they too elected to play the Mauga Genji Venture for some time, and Sonic can obviously play the Tracer at a high level, which Ocie demonstrated on the YouTube. So this is a really interesting team. I think Virtus Pro is gonna
I think
dominate and be a really good contender this bracket. So
I think so too. I really like Virtus Pro's team. Well, ex Ataraxia. I think that's super sick. This is the great Overwatch 1 DPS migration, where if you're not flexible, you will get rolled in this meta. And I think having two very flexible DPS is very important.
Mhm.
Just off the back of that, I think Virtus Pro are better. The new age or new age.
yeah, I mean, this is the first round, so
Yeah, ain't happening, Chief. Virtus Pro through.
yeah, even me, I can't do it. Even me, the biggest Sharp supporter, I can't get there. So
He's Swedish.
yeah,
Nice.
going with Virtus Pro. Ends versus Quick Esports. Anyone opposed to moving Ends up?
I mean,
And
just win.
And
Like,
easy
sorry,
for
former
Ents.
team.
easy for Ents, unfortunately.
too easy for Ents.
Too easy for
now-
Ends.
Now, the upper bracket semis go kind of hard. apart from
Yeah, they do
PlayStation.
actually. I think this is gonna be a really fun tournament.
Yeah, should be a good time.
I mean, these top 4 teams. Do we want to move up Twisted Minds as well in the lower bracket? We can just kind of speed run this bracket a little bit here. There's some
Yeah.
obvious
Yeah,
choices. So
I mean, they're gonna
regardless
win.
if yeah, Sovereign or Celtas makes it.
Yeah, just delete him, bro. They're not winning.
Damn.
It's probably gonna be Celtis, I think. That's what I would assume.
I think they're playing right now.
Yeah, I wonder what the score is. Hold on. Let me see. I'll find it.
Yeah. Do some investigative journalism. And then okay, let's move on to Space Station. We got Space Station over Peps. Well, we already done that.
They're all through
They're
for
all
space,
there.
brother.
Celtis
Yeah,
won
yeah.
2-1.
Okay.
Celtis are our last team. in the
Oh
bracket.
no, it's first to 3, right?
Or it is? Oh, okay. Oh yeah, it is. Okay.
So, I don't think they're
I hate to
done
break
yet.
it to you.
Sorry, my bad.
They're going to lose
Celtics
to
are up
Space
1
Station,
then.
and they're going to lose to Twisted Minds. So, unfortunate, guys. Unlucky.
On New Junk City now, so we'll see what New Junk City turns out as.
Yeah. They're we'll see what team will eventually lose to Twisted Minds in the lower bracket. Maybe I'm being too rude there, but oh well. So we actually got a couple of really good matches here. We got Virtus Pro against Ents. Which Ents, judging from Dallas, they're gonna bring out the Sigma composition, of course. I don't think they're gonna match the Mauga, so we'll see like one of the best Sigma compositions against Virtus Pro, maybe leaning more on the Mauga. What do you think in this one, Ocie?
I think Ataraxia win. I think it's a 3-2 win.
That's spicy. I like that.
Or wait, hold on.
Kai Kev.
Yeah, this match 3-2 win, and then Ents next patch will win. Because they're releasing the patch in between.
They're waiting for the patch?
So,
They're
on the
waiting for the
Mauga
patch.
patch, Ents will lose, and then they're gonna come back and just win more. They're gonna be like a lower bracket demon, because the rest of the lower bracket I think is being played. I think I'm not sure. I think it starts with lower bracket semifinal on the next weekend, but I'm not sure. So that might be a crazy take, but I think it's pretty reasonable.
A little crazy, I will be honest. Kai Kev? No, not happening, Chief. I don't think it's... I just do not see them losing this match. Maybe it's a close one. I don't know. Maybe you're right on that, but...
Remember their last matchup, Ataraxia won.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was like a
they
month
really
ago,
can't
but
play
yes.
the Malga at all. Like, they
Yeah.
have Chase. They have Cloudy, obviously, but he's in Masters, so he can't play. And
I think.
like-
I
okay.
think. Yeah,
Go ahead.
Albert.
you
No,
can
you
play
go.
Sigma everywhere.
I think for some of these older players, they need some stakes. You know, they need something to like stir them up. You know, get them
They're already
riled
through,
up.
you
Like
mean?
like a normal match just doesn't get the blood flowing anymore like it used to. And I feel like I don't know. I feel like they're gonna be fine when it comes to playoffs. Like I trust the vets when it's in a when there's like I mean not that there's stakes because they're qualified, but just like you know it is playoffs and like they have a reputation, right?
Right.
I feel like the Plat Chat Pred would be Virtus Pro here.
The Plat Chat Pred.
Yeah.
You're
Just
going
like
Virtus
the
Pro?
vibe.
Bren.
You're going Virtus
Alright,
Pro,
I
Johnny?
mean-
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll agree with you and Ocie. Like, Virtus Pro go through, but dude. Okay.
I really enjoy their play. I really enjoy their play.
I
It's
like watching them
aggressive.
too.
It's great positioning, good engages, and they're flexible and play the meta. So
I think it's a great pred. It's just kind of safe pred because it's like Ents is kind of boring and it's like if you swing for the fences and you like
It's kind of boring.
no I mean picking Ents to like
picking
to
Ents
win is kind of boring.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
no,
like
I
agree.
either
Yeah,
way,
I
yeah,
agree.
I think this is the correct like winning pred. You know.
Okay.
Okay.
all right, let's move on. Virtus Pro.
Gotta get those
And
comments, bro.
Let's head to the lower bracket. We got New Age against Quick Esports.
Hmm.
Uh,
I'm gonna say Quick Esports and Malga are better.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean New Age they play a lot of dive, right? So
Yes.
that's,
Yeah.
it do be tough out here.
dive
You
in
got
your
it,
goal.
Solomon. I believe in you.
There
it is.
Yeah.
Easy.
And then I'm guessing that it flips here, so Peps would drop to Quick, and Ents would drop to Twisted Minds.
Oh, Ents versus Twisted Minds is kind
Yes,
Oh.
yes.
Ooh, that's
That
that's
is a
pretty-
game.
Also,
That's
we've got a
quite
reverse
spicy.
sweep going on. Sovereigns are now 2-2 with Celtis.
Let's
You
go.
You jinxed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I did. I think Celtis are losing now. It's all over.
Some good Tuesday Overwatch. Love to see it.
I mean, dude, the Twisted Minds Ents game might go crazy actually in the lowers. God. damn.
Yeah.
I think Peps win that other one though. Quick versus Peps. I think.
Yeah,
It's
I
the more
think that's
boring
safe to
thread,
assume.
but I just Peps that they are a good team. Like they should win that. That would be
Yeah,
a gigantic
I agree.
upset if they lose. Like
And
Twisted versus Ents is tough because it depends on the patch.
that
But
is
also,
true.
Twisted kind of suck at the Malga, so it's weird. Like they're against Paps, they didn't do very good. So I don't know. I actually don't know.
I mean, there's a
It's
lot
so
on the
close.
line for Twisted in this
Yeah.
matchup.
yeah.
There is.
I feel like Ents is just a safer pick though. Like
I kind of agree.
I mean, Ents has been the safer pick the whole time, but you guys.
Yeah,
picked
they
Virtus
are the
Pro.
safest team to pick. Apart
I mean,
from Space
sure,
Station,
but
I'd
like
say.
but even like okay, well Twisted Minds, if they're gonna lean more
For sure.
it depends on the patch obviously, but even if they're gonna lean more on like Farah Cassidy, I don't even think necessarily they want to take this Mauga into the Sigma matchup because I don't they're not good enough to execute on the Mauga, right? So they might even try with Kellan on something else, right? So I feel like Ents is just straight up
Well,
the better pick here.
Well, also they can play Chase, right? Now that they're
Yeah.
not on. Yeah. No, you got to go Ents.
Yeah,
I
go
think
Ents.
Ents is just more flexible here. I do love Kellen the Felon, but I think Ents maybe.
Yeah.
What?
Kellen the Felon? Yeah, that's what we used to call him in the Overwatch League. You did.
Oh my
Man.
goodness.
My guy is showing his boomer again.
Okay. And I'm assuming we got Twisted Minds over Quick in a potential tiebreaker if that's what we're doing for the fifth slot.
Yeah, I'd say yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Although it could be
definitely.
close.
I don't know if it's a tiebreaker.
Well, I don't know either. But
Yeah, I'm
it
not
might
sure
just,
how
I
that
think
would
it's just I think it's just a points qualification. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
what points are you talking about?
So you get points for how well you get like basic points, right? For how well you
Yeah.
perform. Am I
I'm just
crazy?
trusting Wikipedia. That is my source of information.
Oh,
so.
they're saying there's a tiebreaker.
I don't know. No, they actually don't. They're not saying that because I don't. It just says that the slots will be passed down to the next 3 teams. It doesn't say on Wikipedia how that is. So
well, I guess it's not. It's not. Yeah, it might not be points because that was OWCS, right? And this is
because even I mean they're doing the Sovereigns against Celta's tiebreaker, and even there was some like difference between the 2 teams. So they obviously went to a tiebreaker in the. They went to a match in the tiebreaker.
Why is EMEA playing a tiebreaker and US was just head to head? Because everyone played each other once, right? So if they had the same record, you just take the head to head winner.
It's a multi-tie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
tie.
okay, it was a giga tie.
God damn, that is absurd, actually.
All right. Well,
okay, never mind then. That's I understand now. That's really complicated.
It has been
so
solved.
I don't know if there's gonna be a tiebreaker, but if there's a tiebreaker, we got Twisted Minds winning that.
We're taking get it twisted.
Let's get twisted.
Yeah. All right. Well, I mean, we moved Space Station to the grand final, but I still feel like
they're gonna win. Don't say it.
Against Virtus Pro.
Gonna win.
Don't say it, bro.
All right.
Don't say it. What are you saying? What are you saying, Johnny?
Dude. I just wanted to bring it up, just in case. You never know.
Okay.
It's Albert's. You know, you need the guys to wake up and feel motivated. They've made it already. Space Station's made it.
Oh, they're motivated. Buddy.
Maybe they're not amped up.
They put food on the table. They're motivated.
Virtus Pro. They're young and hungry. That's the intangibles. Come on, Jaws.
Just like me, young and hungry. No, I just had that.
When you said young and hungry, I thought of young and the young and beautiful. That's the
young and beautiful. Oh yeah,
that's
way back in the day.
Way back in the day. Yeah.
Damn.
All right. Ants against
way back in the
Peps.
day now. I'm old as fuck.
I say, bro. I used to cast him in like 2018, bro. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm ancient out here, man.
Jaws on the old contenders cast.
I think I'm going to Ents.
Don't remind me.
I think it'll be next patch, so Ents.
And
oh yeah, new patch just drops with these matches.
Patch just drops.
Predictions.
I hate this. I hate this.
New patch just dropped. Ents.
It is a little unfortunate, but
because there's no way they can spin up an OPR for all the regions and all the teams like this. So yeah,
don't think so. I have no idea. Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
and then surely this. Okay, I really hope it happens this way because the salty run back, but the fucking rematch too from the upper bracket semis would go crazy here, and then maybe Ents win because they're pissed. I always like.
I think Ents win. I think they're pissed off. They're on a new patch.
Exactly, they're pissed. New patch just dropped. Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ents win, and then we get a classic EU Space Station Ents grand final.
And Virtus Pro qualified, like so they've been drinking all night.
Yeah, so true.
Yo, Solomon cooked.
Solomon.
Well,
all right, fair enough.
There we go.
At least we had one spicy bread, so do appreciate that. Well, I guess Pips over Twisted Minds. I don't know. That's not that spicy because they just beat him, but sure. Let's go with Ents over Space Station. Can we get
wait. You mean Ents over Virtus Pro and then Space Station win?
Bro, I had way too much melatonin last night. Brain is cooked. Brain is cooked.
My guy is on 20 milligrams of melatonin, still asleep.
No, more like 2 milligrams. Dude, that shit goes so hard.
Too much.
Dude, I had like a quarter of a melatonin, and then it just bam. I'm out.
I knocked myself out of Dallas every night with melatonin. To be fair.
I don't know how you do that.
Crazy.
I don't know how you do that.
Playing Bellatra in bed and then I'm just like asleep. I'm like, oh shit, well, I hope I don't roll over into my Steam Deck. Dude, it went crazy.
It went crazy. All right, well, we need a winner between Space Station and Ents. So, do you just want to go Space Station?
Space Station.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I do appreciate the Spicy Virtus Pro Bread. All right. Do we got North America ready as well? I don't know if someone can screen grab that bracket because we're trying to make a PLATCHAT run back here. People don't respect our predictions anymore. So
they've never respected the predictions ever. Like, when did they start respecting?
There was a time, Joss, when we were cooking.
When Matt was doing it?
Plat Chat, people.
Yeah.
Well. All right. Do we got North America? Someone?
Boom. There it is. Look at that. 15-0. My goats.
So
one map loss.
A little spicier because none of these teams are qualified for the Esports World Cup. Neither Toronto, EMEA, or NRG Shock did.
Yep.
So there's 3 slots available, and I'd say Toronto and M80 are huge favorites for the first 2. M80 though, playing with some subs. They've been playing in the past week with Nero and Tree and Kalush as well. So it's going to be pretty spicy to see how M80 does. They did beat Luminosity though, so that gives people a good understanding of like how good M80 actually
Well,
are.
who hasn't beat Luminosity recently?
What?
I said, well, who hasn't beaten Luminosity recently?
That's so bad.
all right. We can talk about it. But this is going to be an interesting region because I think there's at least a few teams here that are vying for the number 2 and number 3 slots.
Gilbert's Nightmare for sure, yeah.
Gilbert's Nightmare for sure. Yeah.
Drake's team.
2 and 13.
Yep.
Maybe next season. Who like would you guys say that M80 are still like a top 2 team here, despite the fact they're playing with subs? No.
I think they're beatable. They're very beatable now.
Now, yeah, compared to their team.
Compared to,
Dallas,
I mean, losing Happy and Pelicans, like
is
that's a massive like Tree's really really good, but it's like, and Hawk. I mean, they lost 3 players, right? Like,
right.
That's insane. Like that's a ton of like synergy. That's a ton of like things you need to rebuild and rework on.
Biggest loss of the region, losing Happy and Pelican. The region is
losing your Koreans, lack of Korean flex DPS,
I mean, they lost their
Korean hit scan DPS,
lack of tank. Like they just lost their tank. Like
yeah. Well, yeah, that's pretty gigantic. Also, yeah, can we do the same thing for Toronto? Just
okay, I would say
away.
for M80, it does depend on who they can play. Because they have like Spectra on the roster, for example. Like I don't know if they are allowed to play Spectra.
Oh, I was watching Tree stream, and he actually mentioned that Spectra was like flying in or something. So.
Okay. I need to double check on the rules and see if there's like there's a different roster lock, because from what I understood, the roster lock happened a long time ago.
Yeah, I can't actually get on the roster for War Pigs officially as their coach. They won't even let me on as like a spectator for coaching. Yeah. So they're pretty strict about it. I can if we qualify though, I can get added later. So like for the LAN for Esports World Cup, they will allow some roster changes, and then they'll actually fly those like players out and everything.
Yeah, so. You can do some roster changes after but I don't think you should be allowed to just randomly have like, because Nier was already on the roster, like he was a sub, that's why he gets to play, like it makes sense.
Yeah.
And Tree and Kaluj were added before the roster lock, from what I understand, but Spectre I don't think was.
Yeah, and Gator had a tweet about that, I think, as well. That just like he was like, I'm in roster hell because my players want to retire, but there's a roster lock. So what do I do? So it's tough out there. Yeah, we'll see how they play. Obviously, Spectre was on the roster like very early this year, and then moved on when Happy and Pelican were added. So all right, let's get into the bracket. Solomon has already predicted Toronto through. I think that's pretty fair, but TSM and Luminosity can get pretty spicy here. So what do we think?
I think TSM will be able to pull it out. Maybe.
I would say TSM. I think LG's kind of not been in that great of a form recently.
They're kind of cooked right now. It feels like.
Not that TSM are in great form themselves, but I think TSM has the edge over LG right now.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely seems like that TSM loss to Citrus Nation in the Orisa meta was like a pretty big one-off, which is not at all representative of how good TSM is. So moving on from the Orisa meta, it feels like TSM should be way stronger most recently, right? So that's pretty fair. M80 going through against Shikigami.
Yeah. I still think M80 win here.
Yeah, I think it has to be M80.
Yeah, they just have to, right?
It's going to be a tough match. I mean, maybe another Shikigami incident, like what happened.
Like, this is the
recently.
Match. I mean, this is the match where like the big upset could be like, holy shit, MAT, do they suck now? Question mark. Like this is the series to really show like their actual power level here. It's going to be quite scary, I think, especially if you're down a couple of maps, or like not a couple of maps, but like you're down a map, you're like, oh shit.
It's possible. I just think definitely.
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
This is gonna be interesting as the bracket goes on, because I'm actually still high on M80. Like I actually still think they're a good team. I think Kalush is a great tank, and obviously they have 2 flex players now. So both Tree is obviously really flexible.
Yeah.
Moved over more into a hit scan role, but can play a ton of flex heroes. And then you have Nero, who can also play a bunch of just weird heroes, which especially in this meta could be really useful. So I actually think now is a great time to have Nero and Tree on your roster. And then I guess it's up to Kalush to see how much he plays besides the Sigma, maybe. But Sigma is pretty meta.
I mean, Nero has a nasty Pharah. I don't know about new Pharah, but like old Pharah, he was like in Overwatch 1, he was like one of the best Western Pharahs for sure.
Also very good on, like you said, the silly heroes. Like he pops out the May, like it could go crazy.
The Torb, the Trob.
The Trob, yeah,
The
the Trob.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know if they're gonna play any. I don't know if they're gonna play any Venture Genji, Mauga. I don't know about that, but I do feel really comfortable with how flexible they are. So I think EMEA will still do really well this tournament. All right, Albert, NRG Shock against FNCL.
I gotta go Shock. Great. I gotta go
He
Energy.
needs to go Shock.
Unfortunate, my favorite team, FMCL.
Your favorite team?
Hey, okay, I think that one map, I believe it is. They're the only team to take a map off of Toronto.
Yeah, they won Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah. They're a fun team. They're a fun team. I think they have the capability to upset. That's how I feel about them. I like them.
And they also took a map off NRG a couple of weeks ago. So,
Yeah.
you know, maybe it'll be a
Seeker
close
might
series, but
I think it will be. I think it's going to be pretty close.
yeah.
Yeah, they're all fun. I mean, Seeker and PG like duo all the time. Like they're all
Yeah.
fun. So it'll be fun. It'll be a fun match for sure.
Yeah.
I agree
All
that
right.
NRG have the advantage though. So
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Moving on
Alright,
to
move
the lower
Toronto.
bracket.
Oh, okay.
Got Citrus against Luminosity.
I mean,
LG.
probably. LG.
How low were you guys on
Are
Luminosity?
they going that low? Like, surely not.
No,
Clueless? Surely
no.
not.
I don't think so.
I think
Also
LG has to.
TSM, there
I
was
think
an
LG has to
80.
win. Like
They
they got a
have
lot. They'll
to
lock it
win.
in.
They
They'll
gotta
lock it
lock
and take
it.
care of business. Surely.
Surely.
Surely they'll lock in.
I will say this part of the bracket compared to EU has got the most question marks.
Yeah.
Like this is, it could get really messy here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot on the line here compared to EU. Is like, oh, you know, like the top two teams, the favorites have already qualified. So like you have a lot of shots at you know, at qualifying.
Is the
This is much
Citrus
tighter.
season over? No more after their good performance in stage 2.
My
it
juice,
over?
the juice has run out. They've
Yeah.
been juiced.
They're out. Maybe next season. Maybe next year. I mean, I think it's pretty fair to predict Luminosity over Citrus Nation. So we got Chigami against FMCL.
Ooh, that's.
That's a good game.
I mean,
yeah.
that's
That's a banger. It's a banger no matter what. I'm gonna give it to FMCL. 'cause
Yeah,
I'm-
I want to
I'm
lean
a fan.
FMCL. I want to lean FMCL. I'm with the Chunguses here.
Yeah. Let's
Chung
go.
I'm Team Chungus.
Yep.
Yeah, they're just a fun team to follow as well. A lot of promising young talent on that team. So, fun to pred.
I
Sorry,
didn't know Zera
Shigami.
was that young until recently. I thought he
How
was
old
like,
is Zera?
Isn't he like 17, 18?
Yeah, I've literally seen him around for like the
Yeah,
longest
17.
time. Yeah,
Zera is 17.
I didn't know he. Yeah,
Born in 06. So,
he's been playing since 2019 on like competitively.
That's nuts, actually.
He was 12 years old when he
Wow.
started playing.
What a beast.
That's why I had no idea he was that young. Anyways. Crazy.
Ocie, how old are you?
I am 20 now. I'm gonna be 21 in
20?
a few months. Yeah.
Okay.
Jeez.
So when I played in Apex, you were also 12 years old. That's
Yeah.
That's
Wow.
ancient
I
history.
feel-
Yeah.
so
I
old.
started playing this game when I was in middle school, and
So-
now I'm in my second year of college.
damn.
So
Did you know who Johnny was? Like,
I knew who some of you guys were when I was a kid. Yeah. It's
There's
kind of weird.
no way. Johnny's
Oh my
remembered.
God.
Someone remembered
Johnny's
Johnny.
career was like
Someone
0
actually
4.
remembered him. No way.
It's we talked about the new generation of players who only played Overwatch
Yeah.
2. There's gonna be people who are just like, wait, there was esports before the Overwatch League?
Yeah,
there was-
what
Apex,
the
you
hell?
mean, they're like
I-
Apex, you mean Apex
Yeah.
Legends? Like Johnny played Apex Legends?
Dude, okay, I've got a story about that. I have an account called Apex because of Apex, like the
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
Every day, I guess if I ever play on that account, I don't play on it much anymore. I only play it on Overwatch 1, really. People are like, oh, like Apex Legends? I'm like, no, bro. No, please. Please don't say we've forgotten. Please.
Wait, Johnny
Kaiser
just
somewhere
left-
is like shaking his fist. Like, no,
Johnny had a
please,
midlife
you can't
crisis
forget
and
us.
We were all
he's back.
kids. I mean, it was like stuff we didn't even really like. We weren't as focused on that stuff, you know. Like most people my age would just like watch Jane or something.
Yeah.
You know, like it was just
that's
whatever we
rough.
could find or whatever we saw. But you know, it's kind of crazy to think about the age gap. You know, just because
People are
again,
like, holy shit.
my
you guys were
generation
pro
of people,
players?
and there's a lot of people my age right now in the scene
Yeah.
who are players, coaches, and we were all kids back in the Apex days. So
Everyone was a kid at one point. We were all
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
We were all
it's just
kids.
weird because it's like it's the same sport. You know, it's almost like
Yeah.
you look
Sure,
at the
yeah.
start of it.
Well, if you watch the sport VODs, it does look like a different sport.
Yes.
The gameplay was.
Yeah, Johnny was playing against plumbers. and he-
Questionable.
I am the plumber. I am the plumber,
He is
Albert.
the plumber.
I am the plumber. So like, what are we talking about? I'll go in some. I mean, yeah, I'll do my 60s NBA impression later on and talk about how in the good
Bro,
old
you
days
just need to
we.
do a history video at some point. Just like, yeah, I was a pro player, by the way, guys. Just to let you know. Here's some archival footage, black and white, grainy. It's got the lines through it and stuff. Like, you should do it. Give a little history lesson, Johnny.
Yeah. Well, Costa did the history of Overwatch series at some point, and I jumped on there. We reviewed some of my gameplay. It was
Rough.
well, yeah, it was tough. We learned about angles pretty late in the day and spreading out and taking positions. It yeah.
Johnny,
It
you
was
were good
tough
for
back
your
then.
era. That's all that matters. You're good-
Exactly.
you're
That's
good for
true,
your
that's
era,
true.
I was an
you know?
innovator. I was an innovator for my era. Yeah. Yeah, good times. All right, moving on. Toronto against TSM.
I mean, I'm taking the piss. I was never a pro, so.
Toronto.
You tried out for UK World Cup.
Yeah, I got fucking dominated because I was on 200 ping. I felt really bad, actually. Fuck's
Wait,
sake.
we're in final fight between Celtics and Sovereigns. Celtics are one fight away from winning. It's an overtime now.
Oh
It's
man.
an overtime now. It is extremely close.
All right.
Zydra with the kill. Wait. Celtics are up one. Celtics are up one.
I thought we were about to have a live look in at the.
The price is match against SSG. So
Yeah, and then a match against Swiss
Enjoy.
Binds.
Yeah.
fun.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh wait, Shax kills two. Wait.
My goat?
Oh, live look in.
wait,
Live
wait.
look
Solly
in.
man,
He's
Solly
1
man.
Oh, it looks like
Sovereign's
are gonna
win here. Sovereign's
I-
gonna win.
I-
And there it is, baby.
Shaq's my
I
goat.
jinxed it. I think I
Shaq's my-
actually
yay!
reverse
My man.
sweep. Okay.
My
Man,
Reaper
Lord.
on
Goat.
Busan. My goat. Shax.
That's crazy.
That one clip in the Overwatch League that we played a billion fucking times of Seth going, no way.
No way.
No, bog.
All right, some 3-2 Overwatch on a Tuesday. You love to see it. Okay. Well, they earned themselves a spot against SSG, and then Peps or Twisted Minds. Good luck. You got this game. NRG against M80.
Energy.
Ooh.
NRG, you just come
I-
out and shout NRG.
I've got
I know
NRG as
Albert's
well.
Here, but come on now.
No, I've
Energy.
got energy as well.
I don't
no.
feel the need to explain. It's energy.
The
No need to explain.
PG
I will also
on
be
land
rulebooking
buff.
them. I will be
He's
rulebooking
got
them
it.
if they try to bring out Spectre.
He's
for
doing
this
it.
match.
That is true. Albert is the original rule booker.
Yeah, that's so true.
I'll be doing an external audit of all their roster ads and drops over the
Are you gonna
past
do it
few
before
months.
or after the game?
Right before.
Okay, right before. 10 minutes before the match.
10
go,
minutes before, I'll be like, I'm spinning a FACEIT ticket. I'm spinning
Oh.
a VIP FACEIT ticket and be like, hey, can we take a look at these rosters and make sure they're up to snuff?
I mean, I actually think. I mean, I'll say it again. I actually do think M80 will be really competitive this weekend, and
I think so too,
I don't want to
NRG Shock
disrespect
is
them
better.
too much. If you want to say NRG wins because they obviously are a really promising team. They have been a top 3, top 4 team in NA for quite some time. I go ahead, but I don't want to dismiss M80 here because I feel like you guys were a little bit dismissive of the
No,
new
we're not
players coming in.
dismissing. There's no dismissal here of M80. They're still a good team. The issue is NRG Shock have been together at this point for much longer. They've already been to LAN, right? And there's the buff there somehow. Maybe PG got a new mouse
Is
pack.
there a
season
buff?
with NRG Shock. I
Wearing
don't
Shock
know, maybe.
jerseys,
I mean, maybe.
playing an online
Hey,
game.
maybe they got super secret sources seeping into their
I mean,
base.
this
I don't know.
okay. I mean, this is also a clinch game, right? Like, if whoever wins this is clinches.
No,
Yeah.
you get top 4, right?
Oh, is it? Are you
Wait, am I stupid?
No, you clinch.
Potentially you're done. Yeah.
I think you do.
Oh yeah, you do
It's a,
clinch.
this is a
Yeah,
clinching
yeah.
match. So whoever wins
Yeah.
this matchup clinches Stouty.
Wow.
A lot on the line for this.
I'm still straying towards Shock here. I think M80 will do a decent lower bracket run, like all the way again, but I think NRG Shock just.
All right. Well, speaking of gameplay, compositions, I still feel pretty comfortable with M80's compositions. Do you guys feel like NRG has a pretty good read on the meta? And
Okay, so I think we were definitely shaky. Obviously, we lost 0-2 to Shikigami early on, but I think we made the necessary changes and we're looking cleaner and like we kind of understand what we need to do to be in the current meta at least. And this will be current meta, right? I
Right.
believe. Yeah.
Yeah, it will be.
The lower bracket matches will be new meta or new patch.
Yeah, I think the rest of the matches are new. So, I mean, either way, I think unfortunately Toronto is going to be the end of that upper bracket run.
yeah, I mean Toronto.
That's fine. We got Saudi. All good. We're good.
All good.
All good.
He qualified. All good.
And now M80 over Luminosity.
M80 over the Luminosity. Yeah, I'm here for it. I'm
Yeah.
here for it.
And then TSM over my goat Seeker, unfortunately.
Wait, no, I kind of want to. I'm kind of with the Chunguses here.
Oh, you with the
see,
Chungus?
see, you understand.
Okay.
I agree.
I want
Now
to
we're
see.
cooking.
I want to see the Chunguses.
Yeah, I want to see him too.
That would be good.
Let's see it.
A new patch. You don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's a bit of a weird game. Anything
Maybe
could
a
happen.
Buffalari, we'll see.
Yeah.
I think for max drama, we want MCL to make it
Yeah,
a Saudi over
true.
M80, but I mean, this.
This match would go crazy. I do think it's M80, but this
It's
match would
M80.
go
I do think
kind
it's
of
M80.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the rematch again is exactly this. Wait, it's like we just copied the EU bracket. Hang on.
Did
We
we?
literally just copied the EU bracket.
Kind of. We
Oh,
did.
no.
We're predictable.
Except. Yeah.
Except
Yeah,
we're
we
gonna
kinda
win
did.
again. Except we're gonna win again.
Oh, we're gonna win again. I think this will be a banger. This,
Oh my God.
I think this is going to be a little closer. Remember, it's maybe a better sig
Oh, it's
patch.
new. It's new patch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
That's going to be a little
right.
harder. I think we'll see. I mean, Winston. I think infected Winston might be the key.
Very, very good at Winston.
Yeah.
That is true. It's a good matchup for infected. That is really true. That's a good piece of analysis right there.
I think you'll win escort and hybrid for sure. Control's going to be a
NRG
little
Shock.
hard.
Lock it in. Lock it in.
And PG, of course.
Yeah.
Like despite as good as I think Tree is, PG has his moments. So
This is it.
yeah, I don't really have anything to say to the contrary. So I guess as the sole M80 voice on the podcast, I guess I have to go with NRG in this one. All right. So
And they'll obviously beat Toronto and win the whole thing, right? Like,
yeah,
obviously, yeah.
Obviously.
Lost a single map. Yep, clueless.
So both Luminosity and TSM don't make it out in the lower bracket on the new patch, which we have no idea what it's going to be. So that'll be interesting.
Wow.
But it is a really fun region. I gotta say, this NA region is so up in the air.
Yeah.
So it could go a lot of different ways, but this is the Plat Chat bracket, so surely it goes this way. People are gonna see this bracket and they're gonna see Albert on the podcast and be like, no, there's no
Ain't no way you convinced them.
nothing weird happened here. But yeah, it was good bracket. I don't know how this bracket would have turned out if we had Avril and Jake on.
This
they were
bracket would have taken 5
yeah,
hours.
there have been a lot of fighting. I'm sure a lot of fighting, a lot of yapping.
You think so? I think it
Yeah.
would have been pretty straightforward. I think they would have put Ents over Virtus Pro, and they probably would have gone. I don't think they would have gone that far with NRG. Maybe they would have actually. I'm not sure. They definitely wouldn't have had FMCL over TSM,
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah.
and probably maybe Luminosity over M80. So I don't know. You can go a few different ways about this, but there we go. That's our 2 brackets for FACEIT. And we have no idea who M80 is going to play, but they made top 3 somehow with whoever they're going to play. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend of Overwatch. Ocie, do you co-stream or anything these matches?
Yes, I do. So I've done a few NA matches. I'm trying to do more NA coverage because Commander X does most of the EMEA and he has to stay up till like 2 a.m. his time to cover some of the North American stuff. So I plan, I don't know if they're running official streams for these FACEIT League playoff matches. So most likely EMEA.
I think they
NA.
are.
I think they are,
They
but
are.
it's not advertised well at all. It's terrible. Nobody knows what's happening. And
I
like
think
that's,
we have like one match on Saturday, I believe. I need to recheck this.
Yeah,
schedule.
it's
so
like-
I assume I assume it has to be because it's getting casted.
It's a common theme. They're not doing them simultaneously. That's what we figured out.
Right.
I'm not sure if they're relying on me and Commander X to do everything, or if they're gonna do it themselves though. And like, it's still unclear like who they're gonna have casting it. So I have no idea what they're doing.
Solomon, stop putting the camera on me.
I have no idea what they're doing. So we'll just have to see. I mean, either way, I'm gonna co-stream, even if it's off the official cast. If I can get into the lobbies, I'll get into the lobbies just like I have for previous matches. Like I watched M80 versus Luminosity, and that was just a roll for M80, but that was with the Koreans. So and watched some other matches as well, both of Luminosity's matches from that one day. I did like 4 matches in one day. That was rough, but yeah, just I'm gonna be covering what I can. That's the goal.
I think you can request any match, right? As long as you're a verified like community.
So
broadcaster.
yeah, I am. Yeah, you can request
Yeah.
any match. I'm not sure if they're going to be letting us into the playoff ones if they're officially casting them though.
I see.
Has that not been announced at all? Like,
no, they don't communicate at all. Like at least so far, it's unclear what the situation is. I think Commander X is trying to talk with them in like the general chat for the community casters. But usually when I have a question, Commander X reaches out to people directly, so I talked to Commander X a little bit. But yeah, I'm thinking, especially for regions like OCE, which I might try to cover. Just wake up at 4 a.m. That's going to be terrible, but
yeah, that'll be tough.
I don't think they're officially doing those, but I have no idea, so we'll just have to see. But
okay,
I mean,
well,
if
I'll
I
be
can
there
get
this
in, I'll
weekend.
get in.
I mean,
What'd you say? What'd you say,
I said
Jones?
I'll be there this weekend. Like, I'll be there.
I'm working in unannounced broadcast apparently.
Yeah, an unannounced broadcast this weekend. That would be crazy if that was lining up very well with FACEIT League. That'd be insane.
Yeah. So we'll see if they announce what broadcast I'm working on this weekend. TBD, I suppose.
Well, I'll be watching with my phone.
Oh, me and Johnny casting Genshin Impact this weekend. Tune in, guys.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Rivals Minecraft.
Hey, hit me up.
Wait,
I
did
love
you
doing
actually
Twitch Rivals
work Twitch Rivals
Minecraft.
Minecraft?
Yeah, a ton. I've done a
there
ton
you
of Twitch Rivals Minecraft stuff. It's sick.
Yeah. So the reason we gotta do a pretty quick episode here is because I'm actually going to be on a meeting for said unannounced podcast broadcast.
Said unannounced broadcast. Okay.
Unannounced media obligation on next weekend. This weekend.
Yeah. So and it's actually crazy because it's actually over the next 2 weekends actually. So it's crazy how that works. But that's we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens this weekend. To be announced. Anyway, pretty short episode here. Is there anything else that happened this weekend that I failed to bring up?
The Celtics are up 2-0.
Oh, they're up 2-0.
So are the Florida Panthers.
Bro, please. My tank player on the Mavericks, please. Luka.
Can't get, as usual, the matchmaking has failed him. He's
The
doing his best.
matchmaker. He's in losers queue right now. No, please.
He's hurt, right? That's why he's not playing well. I haven't.
No,
watched
he's playing
that,
well. His team's not playing well. I think he had
The
a
whole-
triple-double
the rest of his team
I think he
are
had a
hurt.
triple-double the last game.
So relatable. His games are they're throwing his games.
Yeah, they're throwing.
It's
his
about
games.
teammates.
This is so sad.
I think Kyrie's shooting like horrendous.
Oh,
there
there
you
you go. Valentine are also in the Masters League too. They didn't qualify for the bracket, but they've been playing, which is kind of cool. But they didn't win Calling All Heroes.
Yeah.
Congrats.
W.
Wait, who's on Valentine?
That's basically, it's like a COD team but with Jutsu. At least that's their Masters League roster, and then it's Wispas, I think, on the COD version. So yeah,
Wisp is very good. I like Wisp.
yeah.
There we go. Congrats to them winning that. There was also some rumors. I think wasn't there a rumor that Houston Outlaws was gonna pick up FMCL or something?
Wait,
No.
really? That would
I
go
think
crazy.
they just baited everyone. They just hit
They
them with
baited everyone.
Yeah, they
I
just
don't
they just
understand.
that's a classic Outlaws move. They just bait people.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude, pick them up. Seeker in an Outlaws jersey? Ain't no way.
They tweeted thinking about you guys. Like, come on.
They Outlaws got some
Just
they got
fairly
some
toned down.
restoration
I mean, I guess they
to
did. They did their job if they wanted interactions because they definitely got a ton of interactions.
Yeah.
love interactions. Yeah, they definitely got good interaction too. Good engagement. People are really
Definitely.
happy. People are really happy with them.
If you're gonna bait like this, at least do a shock where you know you're gonna pick up a team.
Can we
Please.
get Outlaws below 100k followers?
Can
What are
we
they at right now? No, there's no way.
not quite,
There's
buddy.
no way. They're too far. They're too far gone. All right. Well, we got a meeting in a little bit, so we got to wrap up the episode here. Every week we do Bren's Player of the Week. I don't know if you have any shout outs this past week.
Cloudy for getting to diamond.
No, Cloudy.
Congratulations, Cloudy.
I'd much rather give it to
We should
someone
not
on
celebrate. We should celebrate success here, not.
Well, you know. The successful part will when he reaches diamond and then he climbs all the way back up to champion.
Oh,
He's
that's
right.
going to be a run for the ages. I mean,
Dude, I love Cloudy's streams, man. He's funny as fuck.
yeah, he is actually.
I mean, unrelated to Overwatch, but my brother's getting married this weekend. So
Okay, that's what.
No.
Yes, we're doing a marriage one. We're doing a wedding. We're doing a wedding one.
It's a PLATCHAT rule that everyone who gets engaged or gets married automatically earn Best Player of the Week.
There you go.
So we've been
That
over
was
this
brother.
before. If anyone gets engaged, that also means that Crimso, for example, got engaged
Yes.
Dallas, right?
Dallas, he
so
did.
Crimso automatically got Brent's Player of the Week for becoming engaged. So
And this
There you
week
go.
it's Crimso and Albert's brother. Let's go.
no, I'm saying
we
as in, like, they
automatically-
already
oh.
got it, and we
Yeah,
need
we
to
got it.
crown a separate
I see.
alongside. So I mean, we might as well just give it to Valentine for winning Calling All Heroes.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's
Let's
fine.
do it.
there we go. Perfect.
There you go.
All right. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for joining us for Plat Chat Overwatch episode 230. We got a fun little interview episode coming up next week as well. We're talking more to some pro players and coaches because people have responded well to those videos. So it's gonna be a good one. Thank you for joining us for episode 230, and have fun watching unannounced broadcasts this weekend. Goodbye.
Next 2 weekends.
Next 2 weekends.